Half of the stairs is gone. This fucking thing wants to drink my blood. Methinks. What it means. Oh no, the tourist gang is coming. Please go left. Yo, it's a weasel. No bobber. No bobber. John, what's up? Nice new color. I kind of like it. I was orange so long also. Oh, what did I click? Bong. Somehow the phone pretty quiet. Yeah, well, did the Discord notification work? Even now on the phone? I think I haven't tried it on the phone yet. If you haven't seen it, it's no problem. There's people over there staring. It's so hot. I'm doing good, I guess. But it's hot again. Summer is back. Almost can't believe it. Time to sunbarf. Oh yeah. What about you? I did a lot of coughing though when waking up and feeling again like, ah man, why don't you stop? Stop. Stop it. You're good. Nice. Very nice. This one big cloud might not go away anymore, but many times now the sun went away and came back. What if it was the last time though? What if? Bong, 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 bong. Yeah, talking and thinking are ineffective. It's true, it's true. But it's, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Whatever, dude. But yeah, when you almost die from coughing in the morning, then that's kind of effective. It kind of helps. A little bit. It can. And I wonder what it means. Fuck, I just listened to a few minutes of that Kanye song before heading out. Just by the algorithm, basically. Didn't look for it specifically. Oh, why does this woman have to walk that extra road? Debil. She just wants to see the body, I guess. My unique body shape. That you are self-aware and willing to change, it definitely, if you are, it definitely weakens habit. Yeah, true. Damn, I missed my speaker, but in a way it's kind of good also that we don't have it. Then we don't get copyright and we're not annoying to the people as much. Oh, there's a million floaty bucks. Robin, good afternoon. Outzug next month. Same date. You know, you remember Robin's birthday? Oh, that's nice. I always forget that shit. And yeah, Alpabzug might be exactly that date in some places, but yeah, there's some variation. Ah, the baby bird is coming over. Wants to get eaten by the snake. It's crazy how hot it is in the sun, dude. It's kind of good that it goes away and comes back. We have another person that just needs to walk this path, dude. Don't they see me? Can they not just go the other path, which is exactly the same length? Oh, the snake! It was right there. It is right there still. You can only see the tail waggling. But it was probably chilling right there all the time. We didn't even notice. And now it's somewhere down there, but I don't know where. What if it jumps up? Where did it go? It's all the way over there already. You can only see like a little bit. So it does live around here, and that's why maybe not so many people are sitting here. Looks scary. No, this person's gonna sit next to us as well. Flipping heck, dude. Damn, should I go grab it at the tail or something? Feels like a dragon tail. It's crazy. Kinda wanna go closer, but it's got a thumb also. But yeah, it's leaving. It's scared. Or like it feels the vibration and stuff. It's gone. Don't get eaten by the snake, baby. Where's let's find it. There it is. Aww. Yeah. Crazy how different they look, like gray and white, and then later they become this. First time you ordered a mac and it didn't break. Very nice. Are you posted on Discord? Nice. It's always good. It was like around there, but we didn't even notice it. So I guess it does come here more often than we think, but it's just not always super obvious. Thanks for the clip. I hope it looked okay. Today I didn't clean the cameras very well. They always get oily and whatnot. And sometimes my shirt is oily too. And I wonder what I need to believe. Dragonfly rushed by. Oh, it's so hot in the sun. It's crazy. Yeah, I guess mucks can break kind of easily. And it's crazy how far they travel also. And as far as I'm aware, most of the stuff might even come over the landway. I'm not 100% sure about that though. But yeah, crazy the things you can order from China. It's crazy. And the prices and stuff. Not that I have ordered a lot myself, but there's Papa Knort, he orders a lot, and yeah, I think he knows what he's saying. Oh, a little bit of not sun. Oh, nice. Finally some vitamin D, dude. I haven't been outside in the sun way too long. And right now I'm shirtless also. Hell yeah, dude. Almost autumn. Oh. Ah. Shut up, Raven. You're not my dad, Raven. And I wonder, Barnaby. I wish this water would feel more clean. Then I would go swim here all the time, because it's probably warm like the other lake. But it just feels like unclean. Have you ever seen these tiny blue dragonflies? There's one right there. Two actually. They look like flying sticks. 3. And a butterfly. Oh shit, so much going on. And the raven doesn't shut up for some reason. What do you want? I see you. Yeah, better leave. Day today I met an old teacher I liked from school, and every time we see each other we talk, but I had to go quick because it was during work time. And then I saw two girls from my class for restaurant school. I have not seen in 10 years. I'm not sure if they even recognize me. I was on my bike and then I also saw my driving teacher. Oh, nice. But yeah, I get it. Like sometimes nothing happens for like weeks, and then in one day all of this happens. It's crazy. And yeah, don't feel bad for not having time, but yeah, just I'm sure you mentioned it and then it is understood. And teachers are just humans anyway. But yeah, there's a few good teachers that I would be happy to see again. One time, like, yeah, one I saw him like a few years later after finishing school. That's kind of nice, but also, yeah, I feel like he didn't care that much also. And also, like, some of the teachers, they have like 200 students, you know, over the years, and then it's probably kind of hard to remember all of them. In general, there's too many what's the opposite of a teacher? Students, I guess. Yeah. Too many students per teacher. And some you can remember better than others. Even like my classmates, sometimes I don't remember all of them. And nowadays they look so different also. Not sure how many I would recognize. But it would be kind of nice to have a class meetup and whatever, but it would also probably be a bit depressing in some ways for some people. Like one of them is rich, the other one is like a fucking heroin junkie. It aged like milk for them. Yeah, that's something that makes me think also sometimes, the timing. How are the odds, you know? And recently I met some old friends also, like on National Day, right? This guy, I didn't see that guy for years. Damn, it looks like the storm is coming up. Oh shit. And yeah, if I would have walked like somewhere else or an hour earlier or later, it probably wouldn't have happened. Yeah, I mean, I left my city also, but even many there left. But I visit some of them sometimes, but really not many compared to how many I've met technically. Which I always thought is kind of crazy and sad that we make these connections, or basically we're forced to make these connections because we're in the same class and whatnot. But yeah. Just sad to lose all of these people. It's a little bit similar to like World of Warcraft. Like you meet so many people in World of Warcraft and then later you're lucky if one is left, like you and me. Rather wind almost blowing over the phone. What's the odds? Yeah, very small, very small. But it's kind of nice to see old girls from the old times. That's kind of cool, actually. Sometimes there's also this one that you liked, and she maybe liked you too, but you don't even know. That's how one of my friends found his girlfriend. Like they met again after I don't know, 10 years later or something, maybe even more. And now they're together for years. And yeah, probably many of our teachers are dead already, at least the older ones. Or at least for me. They were already running on the last year, some of them. We had a really, really old one also that used to still beat the students. Just a little bit with the measurement stick. And only on the hands, I think. But yeah, he was from another time. He probably was there in World War II. And until I don't know, maybe 20, 30 years ago, it was still allowed to beat children also as a teacher. Not a lot, but a little bit. Crazy wind. Ah man, I wonder where the danger noodle is. Maybe we should go in the water and search for it. That would be a great idea. Good content. Next to me is sitting a woman with short hair. I have long hair, and it looks good, I think. And yesterday I watched a video about long hair and stuff. And if we like long hair on women, then potentially women like long hair on men also. But the women don't realize, I guess, also. And why do they cut their hair short? Just don't get it. Some can still look good, but overall hair makes both genders kind of look good. I had this phase also where I liked, when you're bald or shave the sides or this and that. But in a way, that's kind of a weird mentality also. And I used to cut the sides because of the lies and stuff like that, not because of the style. One of the teachers I had at my school, I never had her as a teacher, but she's old and dementia. Aww. And that's how the circle closes. Does she tell a lot of old stories? From what I know about dementias, sometimes they remember the past better than the present. It's probably not the case for all of them, though. Oh shit! How are the clouds and the wind connected, or are they not connected? But this huge cloud is coming, and the wind as well. She can be aggressive, yeah. I heard people with dementia can be like that. But it's also because they're scared and this and that, and confused. Which kind of makes sense in a way, that they can become aggressive. You found a workaround, that's nice. Just gotta click her buttons. Push her buttons, I mean. And I wonder what it's like to be fucking earworm. still so impressed by the snake surviving winter. Imagine what is a snake doing in winter? It's probably just stuck in the cave because they need the sun to warm up. Or will she still come out sometimes? Or do they like hibernate? I imagine they do, but I feel like I never looked it up. I need to look up the lizards and the snakes, how they do it in winter. I gotta know. She must be first person who gets served the food. Oh shit, or she might go nuts. That's kind of crazy, but how does she even know? Like, or you mean like, is it like a room where many people sit together? Or is it in her own room? Is it about time or just feeling like important? Could be that. Like, I feel like female teachers can definitely get like an attitude. Damn. So everybody can see it and she has to get it first. That's crazy, dude. She's like the alpha, the matriarch. Like it's like with the lions, you know. That one guy has to eat first, otherwise there's problem. Well, at least we got a little bit of sun, I guess. I'm not sure if you saw what I posted in moderator chat, dude. Oh man. I watched like 9 hours of this shit, dude. My brain is fucked now. It's so funny to me though, at least sometimes. But it is definitely crazy also, like I wrote. It's kind of like cemented. And it's also partially acted or shot. She has that nice leftist haircut. I love it. I love when the women have hair like sausages also. These dreadlocks. They feel so good in my hands. And I wonder what it's like to be me. Like the cloud could maybe open up again, but no chance. The steamboat is coming on. Isn't it kind of crazy also, all the places the snake could chill out, it's like close to the stairs. Sus. But do they all have to arrive at the fixed time to get the food, or Do they have like a window? To the window, to the wall. Or today I was in the bakery again, and they have like a new way to make the chocolate croissant, and damn, they're so good. I bought 2 right away. Well, there's also this Spanish woman or something. She's sadly a little bit older already, but she's kind of cute also, and it always feels like she's giving me signals, like she's available or whatever. Available. But it's so hard for me to tell, like, if it's real or whatever. I imagine, like, I ask her, and then she's like, I have a boyfriend. But yeah, maybe not also. And maybe it would be good. It would be fun, maybe. Oh, the floor is just slightly uneven and just doesn't want to stay. Old people stuff. They are already 30 minutes there. Yeah. Earlier. I get it. But I'm a little bit like that also, and I understand it because, yo, man, Talpania, how are you doing? Long time no here. Was wondering what's up with you. What's new? But yeah, I also like to go early, especially if it's like a place like that where they prepare the food to be ready at a certain time. Then it's the most freshest, of course, if you're early. So I get it. Sometimes you come like an hour later, and yeah, the stuff is just not as fresh anymore. Yeah, because it has been kept warm for like an hour. Been a while. What happened with the AI stuff? Is it really real that you cannot monetize it anymore or something? Or how does that work? Just heard something or read something somewhere. Or at least you always have to mark it, which maybe that was the case before already. Not yet. But they plan to do it, which is kind of weird. I mean, it does make sense against the bad stuff, so to speak. But if it's just like a good video, so yeah, don't get it. And it's cool that you're still on it, man. It most likely will be a good time investment. Yeah. But yeah, you know that they have to regulate it, right? It's like new territory. They kind of have to make some rules. Otherwise it's too crazy. But it feels like also like nobody really knows the rules. What can you do, what not? And it's probably varying a lot. Depending on the country. Even though it's like international websites. Well, there's a new worker in my supermarket. And I think she's like from Thailand or whatever. And there was another one like from Africa. And they're both so slow, but I get it. It's because they're new, but oh man. Already the old Swiss ladies that all work there as well. They're already slow because they chat to everybody. And I just hate it so much also, like last time also some guy, like he's so close to me, you know, when you're waiting in line, like don't go too close to people, it's just weird, bro. I could feel him breathing down my neck, dude, and then later I gave him the eye, you know, I looked at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he like realized. like a Mexican or something. He looked like Pedro if he worked out. Give him the fist, yeah. I can't really, I can't. Anyway, I'm too weak. On the other way, I'm too civilized, you know. I always gotta respect the law. And I don't want to get in trouble for violence. Like, that's what idiots do also. Maybe in some cases, you know, fighting back, defending yourself is also allowed. So it's kind of good, so to speak. Yeah. But sometimes I really wish we could just do whatever we want. Like, there was this law in Switzerland like 40 years ago, or maybe longer, where the stronger had the right, you know. If you were starting a fight with somebody and they win against you, then nothing would happen somehow. It's kind of weird, but certainly only up to a certain point. It's not like you could kill them and it was fine. But more or less just like small fights, like insults and stuff, it was basically managed by people themselves. You couldn't go to the police and tell them, oh, this guy called me asshole, do something. Nowadays you can. But back then you were also allowed, yeah, to just punch him. And then if he's not super strong and punches you back, then everything's good for you. Munich. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I just yesterday saw a new data about, I think, England. And already this year, like 25,000 people went over the channel, you know, from France to England with the boat. Just like random private boats. And that's more than last year already at this time of the year. And last year it was more than the year before. And yeah, it's still going up, you know, and it's just crazy. Like, how is there so many immigrants coming, like men 20 to 25 or whatever, every year, more and more, all the time, dude, and nothing's happening. Like, at this point, yeah, you almost have to believe they either can't stop it or they don't want to stop it because they think it's gonna help them control us, or they make more money or whatever. I don't understand. Yeah, sometimes it's unavoidable. You should be ready for that moment when it's unavoidable, to be honest. And also, if you look scary, and if you're making what's it called, like martial arts, like fighting, if you train fighting in a club or whatever, in general, it helps you boost your confidence a lot also. And then people will not dare to fight you. And yeah, many of these strong guys or whatever, they are scared also, they're just acting. English are fed up, more and more clashes. Let the games begin. Doing MMA, nice. But recently, somewhere in the internet, I saw a guy that kind of looks like you. Maybe distant cousin or something. Yeah, we teach them to not fight back. And I get it also, and it used to make sense. You know, when there was a time when we were killing each other also. Every now and then. And so it makes sense to become less violent. But now that there are new threats, so to speak, and other people come here that are trained to fight back all the time, if you insult their mother or whatever, and go to prison for 10 years because of that. Doppelganger. You had that in Sweden also, but they removed it, yeah. But yeah, honestly, like, men should be taught to defend themselves at least a little bit, you know what I mean? Also to protect maybe the weaker and the women. Like, that was kind of like a part of it also. It's not like training everybody to be a bully, more like, yeah, to be able to defend themselves if they need, because there's not always going to be somebody there. You know what I mean? We are the society. We have to be able to regulate. Tjänsten man ansvar. Yeah. It feels like a good law, and it feels like we have that also in many countries. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's what they want for us also, that we just think about our individual stuff. And they kind of achieve it also by mass migration, because they all think for themselves, and then we all start to think for ourselves. Somehow I feel like it might be something like that to control the masses, but that sounds a little bit like a conspiracy also. But what I definitely know also is like many of the banks and other places, they get money, you know, from immigrants. They have cheap worker, they get bank loans, things like that, so it all pays off. And the country's economy is growing. Yeah, there's definitely some better and some worse countries. But ultimately, many of them might go down that way a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, the trend will probably continue, and I think I told you before, and others, and maybe I'm a little bit older sometimes, I'm not sure, but like all of this, it started already when I was a kid. In my school class, already we had like Turks, we had like Brazilians, we had like, there was like a Bosnian, there was so many multiculturalism already, but of course it was, compared to today, it was still less. And today also it still varies. Like for example, my village also doesn't have that much, you know. But other places, Swiss people are already the minority. So it has been keep going for, I don't know, since decades, dude. And it never has been stopped. It always has been seen as something good because, yeah, it brings money to the banks, to the politicians, to whoever. And of course, because of these evil guys that lost World War II and stuff, we cannot be like them. It would happen the same thing again, dude. If you think like that, you gotta change, dude. But yeah, you know, I'm so glad all the wars, there were so many wars in history, and always the good guys have won. I'm so glad. What are the odds? I know I said this joke before, but it's a Norm Macdonald's joke, and it's just so good. And I feel like most people don't get it, but yeah, it's hilarious to me. But it kind of shows also, like, if you win, you know, if we win, or whatever you want to call it, then nobody is going to ask also. Nobody can do anything if you win. Basel, yeah. Basel also, but has a different kinds of places. I feel like not everything's bad about Basel, and it's not the same everywhere. Hard to say though. I only have been there a few times, but I have like an uncle there and cousins. Yeah, you should follow, bro. everything is bad. I wouldn't go that far. Like the fight, it's like not over. And at the moment also it feels like there's a lot of turning happening. More and more people are like realizing the stuff. It's just hard to say and know if that really makes a difference. But at least like there's more people to talk about it and more people to understand. Not everything is bad. Ah, I see, yeah. I also do that, you know, I write one sentence in like 2 lines. But I can see how it's bad. It's better to essay sometimes. The cloud's a little crazy. And I wonder what it's like. You're on the phone? Yeah. So annoying to chat on the phone, dude. Sometimes I do it also. Like either the autocorrect fucks you or like the limited space. And you know, for a while I used to be quite vocal also about my opinions. But mainly just like in that restaurant bar place where I was. And I was kind of like a leftist place anyway. So there was a lot of foreigners also. And many foreigners, you know, they agree with me. Like I honestly, yeah, I know like foreigners who say, damn, fuck these other foreigners fucking up everything. Because there's always like a spectrum, right? There's some that really wanna be good and integrate and whatever. Not that that should be the main reason to still allow like too many in, but yeah. And in Switzerland we do it quite well also, I have to say. But it's just, yeah. It would just make more sense to support families. To incentivize people having kids, although that is a risk in itself, which I understand too. But it doesn't seem like a higher risk compared to just uncontrolled flowing masses. But yeah, in Switzerland it's definitely different. But it's hard to say also like how it really is, you know. Yesterday in the supermarket I saw like this tall red-haired guy also, and he had like a weird crazy tattoo that either he was starting to get it finished or he removed it, starting to remove it. Maybe he was on that hike. I don't even know, man. But what can we really do? You know, we have to keep going. We have to keep role-playing as NPC. We have to keep being nice, not breaking the law, to not fuck ourselves over even more. Yeah. Although America's definitely still a different story also. Yeah, there was this hike, scandalous hike. I don't want to say more, otherwise it just sounds too weird. But yeah, Sir Weasel knows. He even joked about me being there. But yeah, they were just doing reenactment, let's say it like that, which is quite possible. But around here in this area also, I met people. I met one guy. He has like a huge swastika tattoo on his chest, like a tall, crazy guy. Which, yeah, as a Swiss, it's kind of weird also, like, so hard to say also, like, you know, I love my own culture and whatnot. But yeah, it is complicated. And allegedly in the past, like in that one village close by, they used to have parades also, or like they used to be like marching around in like brown uniforms and stuff. But then they made it illegal, I think, or they fought back against it. But in secret, they're still there, I'm pretty sure. But in a way, I'm also worried, like, to connect, you know. I don't want to, like, you always, yeah, they always, like, if it's a group, they're always much worse against it. Like, they always try to shut it down and whatnot. But if there's thousands of people who have their individual opinion which aligns, then what can they do? Nothing also. And that's kind of like what is happening. But I'm afraid also if we do nothing, nothing's gonna change either. But it kind of might be too late also. And if you fight, you might be a martyr. You might be, yeah, they might like cancel you or make your life hell. And I don't know. It's just scary. Only Germany and Austria? I don't think so. I think it's most places. And in America, on the other hand, you can do a lot of stuff that you would get punished for in Europe, which really sucks also. I would really like to go to court also to fight some of the laws because they're just ridiculous. But then again, not enough money, and also it's scary, you know. You could just get in trouble and then nothing changes. And they write bad articles about you. But it could also be your chance to be famous and successful because the wind is changing. There is supporters for sure. But there's so many also who just believe what they've been taught, and they're gonna change their mind fast because they're so deep into it. Like some of us were also, like, I mean, like I used to love and still love a little bit like hip hop, this and that and so on. So, and that also, like, you know, that also influenced stuff. Yo, Miss Dabs, let's get up. Only 2% behind CPU. Yeah. I wish I could talk freely, but like I think I told you what is the problem with AFD and Trump and all that stuff. Like they are not our saviors, you know. They might seem like our saviors and whatever, but they are still being influenced by some powers, and they probably just want more power and money and whatever. You were listening only to hip hop with 16. Understandable. Sunbathing today, Arya. Yeah. Sadly, the sky closed now. It opened and closed for a while, and I did get some sun. But it was also super hot in the sun. It's the only two. What do you mean? It's the only party which can save Germany. Yeah, I see. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna save you maybe from some stuff, but then they're gonna sell you out to other countries, which I'm not gonna name. But yeah, it could be guessed. It's the same with Trump, dude. It's the same with Trump, sadly. Or just had to be expected, I guess. Yeah, I'm burned out with this topic, sadly. But yeah, we gotta keep it up, I guess. We gotta don't lose the hope and try to do what we think is best. Eating lunch at work. Oh, enjoy your meal. I hope you're having a good day and a tasty lunch. I just wanted a drastic shift. Let's see, can I show my beautiful face? I can, but oh no, I feel so naked. Ta-da! Still cute, thanks. Yesterday I watched a video about like long hair looking good also on men and better than short hair. And I feel like in many cases it's actually true. But most men don't have long hair also. And yeah, maybe I should have washed them or something. And yeah, I cut them a little bit myself. I just put them together and then feels a little bit better. But yeah, I also, my mustache is kind of weird. It suits me, thanks. Not sure, like I said, I'm not even sure if that's true. It's just like, it looks better than short hair for most people. And also, not everybody can have the long hair, which long hair kind of indicates also health and fertility and stuff like that, I guess. A little bit, at least. And it kind of does make sense, you know, men love long hair on women. So why wouldn't women like long hair on men also? And then you can go through the hair with your hand and sniff it. Yeah. I also know that women like a good butt. But that's still something that I kind of know and I believe it, but I still don't get it why, you know. As a man, it feels like, oh, it's attractive because you wanna fuck it, but not necessarily the butthole, you know what I mean. But still. But for women, it's good also. I guess you guys like to touch it or just how it looks somehow, because it shows also like if you're good at walking and running and stuff. Also connected to nature. Probably, yeah. But I still feel like there's this stigma with long hair, like, oh, they think you're a hippie or a chunky or something. But obviously, before all that, already long hair existed. What the fuck? We braid it. Braiding is nice also. I like braids. But it's not even necessary also. But it can be a nice, nice change. And I wonder what it's like to be me. My father thought I was left-leaning because I had long hair, yeah. I feel like many people think that of me also. That's probably a bloody leftist. I know a guy also who's like, he's a leftist, but he dresses like a right-wing. And he does it probably to confuse people or something. And for me, for a while also, like I used to walk around with like Doc Martens, like these military boots and stuff. And many women like that, to be honest, also. And it does look cool. What did I want to say? But then later also, yeah, like I got long hair and Che Guevara t-shirt, and I looked like a leftist also for sure, but I kind of wasn't, I guess. Not at this point anymore. Purple hair, yeah. Purple hair is always makes me think, it's kind of scary, like an animal that has a lot of colors. I guess it doesn't have to mean much, but most of the time, yeah, it's an indicator. What's crazy like about Norway, I know one Norway woman and there's like another Norway streamer woman, and they all have a lot of piercings and stuff like that, and tattoos and this and that. They go super crazy about that shit, almost too much, which is kind of odd. But I definitely like Norwegians also, but they have their own interesting internal dynamics going on. Have a good day, Mr. Apps, and thanks for coming by. Hugs back. Yeah, you should never judge a book by its cover, but if the book has fucking 5,000 sides and it's like huge and super heavy, then I don't know, man. Then I think you should judge the book by the cover. Vark had long hair and he's not left. Yeah. Ah, damn, that was confusing for me for a second, because in World of Warcraft, you know, my name was Vark, and Robin still calls me Vark many times, which I don't mind also. So I was confused there for a second. Yeah, and all his children have long hair, at least up to a certain age, which feels like does make sense also. Damn, looks crazy, the clouds, huh? How they move and stuff. It's kind of wild. Not sure how visible it is, but it's pretty beautiful. Yeah, you know what the page is gonna be like. I wonder what the snake eats also here. We saw the snake earlier, if anybody missed it. It was here again. But what does it eat, dude? How does it hunt? They're like mice and stuff, I guess. It just goes into the hole and then they're like fucked. It eats lonely Sigmar's. Nah, it's too small, dude. It couldn't. But I still respect it, and it looked scary and disgusting a little bit. Ring, ring, ring the raven phone. You know what's crazy to me about the hip-hop stuff that we talked about earlier is also like, how did our parents think it's good or cool, or I don't know, how did they not try to stop us, or did they think it's a good thing for us, you know, to listen to hip-hop and whatever, or was there just no possibility for them to stop it either? It's not the end of the world, of course, but I got a lot of bad influence from that shit. A lot. Same with the internet and computers, I guess. But yeah, that stuff was also kind of new back then. And nowadays, maybe some are trying to give their children a better thing, but many of them also don't do it because then they feel left out, you know. Everybody has like the internet and this and that. And then if you as a kid don't have it, then you maybe feel like left out. Like one friend told me that he felt left out because he wasn't allowed to watch TV all the time like us. But nowadays I look at him and yeah, he has a good life, you know. It didn't hurt him at all, except he maybe wasn't as popular and cool. She wasn't happy. I guess my father maybe didn't like it also, but they didn't say anything. And like my father, for example, he listened to like this exotic bands and whatever. And yeah, many times also when we weren't happy with the food or we didn't finish our food, he said like, don't forget the poor kids in Africa and whatnot, they don't have food. But also he probably said that because you get this in the mail, you always would get like this letters asking for money, showing pictures of malnourished kids from Africa and whatever. And people outside would ask you to donate, and in the television it would show up. So yeah, you definitely got conditioned, you know, to feel like that, all these poor guys, this and that. And then we helped them for decades already. And then what's happening now? There's like even more suffering. There's even more malnourished kids, I imagine. It didn't get better at all. At least number-wise. And I feel like many of the food aid and stuff like that, it's also bad food. Of course, you survive, you don't starve. But if you only eat fucking corn and rice and, I don't know, starch stuff made in factories and whatever, it's just not healthy also. It's kind of like a malnutrition as well, but just you don't starve to death. But it's certainly not optimal nutrition. And all this powder milk for the kids, you know, it's allegedly not good either. And the companies, they probably make a lot of money from the donations. Even though you would think they wouldn't, because it's not moral. But I will. Yeah, let's switch the topic, I guess. Anyway, I'm so confused nowadays. How should I behave? You know, should I really say my real opinions, or should I act like a NPC, or should I even be more radical in what I say? No Man's Sky. Yeah, nice. Yeah, many people say it's a good game, and many people have spent tons of hours in there. But I can't get into it. I'm not sure why. You would say real opinions and don't care about what others think. Yeah, that should be the best. But I'm from this time also where it was like, like nowadays it feels like, yeah, like I said, the times changed a little bit. But in my days, or also in my experience, like telling the real opinions, it only hurt myself many times. And sometimes maybe I influenced people, but it never turned out also the way I thought, you know, at least for most of them. But it's hard to measure also, like how much influence you had. And I also feel like I'm not in the position because, yeah, I'm just not a good role model, not good enough. About something else, I saw an interesting study from the country down under. They tested 14 years. People who eat food drinks with sugar and the rest sugar-free food, and the result was 40% of the people eating sugar-free food had higher risk of getting diabetes. Yeah, I heard about that also, that the sweeteners can give you diabetes too, which is fucked up, dude. And nowadays they mix sugary drinks and put still sweetener in there, so you have both. You're fucked from both. Yeah, I don't like them also. They actually do taste bad. But like I said, many of the drinks, they have like sugar and sweeteners. So it's sometimes hard to dodge. But I can really say from my own experience, you feel so much better when you don't drink sugary drinks. And probably the same counts for sweetener stuff also. It's just hard to do. And if you drink like a soda every now and then, you know, it's not the end of the world. But if you drink 3 liters of soda like I do sometimes, then it's just kind of stupid. But yeah, I can imagine that sugar is kind of like better than sweeteners. And sugar is so useful also for a lot of stuff. To conserve fruits and things like that. To conserve food. The aftertaste is so bad, yeah. So many times. And it really can make you feel weird also, because your body is like, let's produce insulin, and then there's no sugar. For a second I thought I saw the snake again, but it's a stick. Oh no, somebody walking by again, even though there's another path, dude. Bloody. And you know, they mix it often also in the drinks, because then they can make the drink look healthy-ish. And then they write on there, low carbs or something like that. All of this I said while drinking a Red Bull, which is super terrible also, technically. Yeah, that's what I heard also, and I believe it, that sugar, you know, is already super cheap. They used to put sugar in products because like that they would save money, because it's cheaper than other ingredients. And now to save even more money, they put in sweeteners, which are slightly cheaper than fucking sugar, which shows just the inflation, the shrinkflation, and how poor we actually are, even though everybody believes we are the rich countries or whatever. But it's fucking disgusting, dude. These giant companies, they don't give a shit. which is kind of understandable also. Like they don't have any feelings, you know what I mean? It's just all hired people. Rhythm change of your heartbeat. Yeah, it definitely influences your heartbeat for sure. But it's kind of like the caffeine, I guess, which is in a lot of things also. Yeah, I hate aspartame. Aspartame used to be like a nerve agent, like a bioweapon in World War II, or maybe even earlier. And now they put it in the drinks because in small doses it's sweet and it doesn't do much. But over time, over the years, aspartame can really fuck you up, I'm sure. And yeah, we have some sodas also that I think they didn't have the sweeteners, but now they all have the sweeteners. Like Lipton iced tea and like Pepsi also. I'm pretty sure Pepsi didn't have sweeteners in them, but now all the Pepsi you can get, it all has sweeteners. Yeah. You know, it's not the end of the world, Talkmania. Otherwise they wouldn't be allowed to put it in there. But like if you had high concentrated aspartame and you would consume it, you would probably fucking die. You would get like nerve damage or something. You would like get sick. That's just crazy. But it's like that with a lot of things. A lot of things can be poisonous. And yeah, honestly, water, it's so good. Water, if you have good food, you eat good food, and then you drink water, your body is not even mad at you, you know what I mean? You just have to do it. Like, you only want the sweet drinks when you like starve yourself and when you don't drink water. But if you drink water and eat some good food, then you don't want a sweet drink anymore. Yeah, stevia seems to be better, but then again, like, is it really? It's hard to say. But yeah, stevia is like a plant also, and you can have it in the garden and whatever, and use it like that. I could imagine also like with stevia, like with many things, it's like the being processed. It's maybe the bad thing. Like if you eat it as the flower, or you make like a tea or like a syrup from the flowers, then it's probably fine. Hard to say though. If you drink too much aspartame, you get cancer. Like everybody knows it, so to speak. That's what you mean? Everybody's aware? Or what are you saying exactly? And yeah, what is crazy to me, you know, and sad is like as a kid, when I was a kid, we didn't know about the bad things about the sweeteners, isn't that? It wasn't so well known yet. So it feels like you didn't even have a chance, you know, and even your parents, you know, they would give you this shit and they would feel like it's probably good. That's so sad. There's like some lies about nutrition and food and drinks that our parents or grandparents used to believe because they told them it was the truth. But many times it's just like ads. It's just like they're trying to sell the product. Stupid wind, stop. There was no wind and now there's wind. I hate it. Looks like it's raining back there. Yeah. I mean, it does make a difference, like how much you have to drink or whatever. It's the same like with like the radiation from the phones. There was this woman, she had like 20 phones stick to her body, and then she like passed out. She had like 20 iPhones like with taped onto her body. And yeah, the radiation from the phones, like most of the time, it's no problem, but there's still this chance, like 1 in a million, that it can give you cancer also. But if you put the phone like just like 1 meter away from you, the chance to get it is already like 1,000 times smaller. But if you sleep with your phone like 1 centimeter next to your head every day, then of course the chance is again higher. But then again, we are not doctors, and we just believe the studies, you know, that they show us, which they are maybe not long-term enough. But yeah, the longer you live, also the higher the chance that you get cancer. It's kind of logical as well. And there's many tiny things like from agriculture that can give you cancer also. Oh no, it's raining, I think. That's just 1 drop though. Oh no, it's 2 drops. Ah shit. Ah shit. We're gonna get surprised by the rain. That sucks. Just now when I'm not ready for it. Bloody hell. Run quick. Ah. Oh no. Abort. Abort. Ah, flippin' heck, dude. It's hammering down. There it already looks sunny again. But 5 liter, I see. But yeah, it still feels like a random estimation. I'm right now where the snake lives. But you know what's missing in this study also, which could totally make it wrong also, is that all the other things that you consume, you know, it's not like there's only sweetener in that one thing. So you would have to count all of the things with the sweeteners or other things that might cause you cancer if they like stack up and whatnot. But yeah, I try to stop thinking about cancer. It's really annoying also because like it's on the TV all the time, this and that. Like I swear, whenever you don't feel great or you have something on your body, you always feel it's cancer. Which can help to prevent it. Maybe go to the doctor and they cut it out or whatever. Which makes sense with like melanoma, for example, skin cancer. You can just cut it out and then it's fine. And if you don't cut it out, then it can spread and it's fucked. But just thinking the whole time, you have cancer, you get cancer, it's a pain in the ass. Keeps you afraid. Which, yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, processed food in general can give you cancer for sure. Like the salt in the meats and stuff, it's not good for you also. The nitrate. Like salami and ham and all that stuff technically gives you cancer also. But only if you eat 20 kilo every day. It has that nice summer rain smell. And I think the rain is already stopping, but yeah. But you go home. It was nice that we were outside at least a little bit. Not necessarily, like natural food that is tasty is not unhealthy. It's kind of hard to have natural food though, but yeah, it's not impossible and not that hard. But what is kind of fucked up is like fruit and vegetables sometimes have like poisonous shit on them or in them. Which then, what can you do then, you know? Then there's nothing else left. But yeah, like I said, don't worry about it too much also. Because that doesn't make it better. We have bigger problems. And yeah, a lot of the nutritional problems, they are still also from like 10,000 years ago, when humans started to have agriculture and grains and stuff like that. Just doesn't taste good, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you have to eat the stuff raw, except maybe a few things. But you can prepare it nicely and it's still healthy if you don't overcook it too much. And sauce can be good also, and sometimes vegetables with just butter is already really good also. Oh, these car drivers, I hate them when they don't even blink. Why are you not blinking, dude? Oh, it's getting too wet for the phone almost. Maybe I just turn off the stream now. Thanks everybody for coming, and I'll see you next time. I see you when I see you. Gotta end it. Too much rain. I'm under the water. Please help. Too much rain. Okay, bye guys. Bye. Bye.